That journey, there was no light, no guide for her, but she had a big enough dream and was willing to grope in the dark and run the risk of running against those sheer cliffs. She just kept moving forward, one face at a time. Others caught her vision and then dared to follow her without question or hesitation. Those pioneers helped groom the path, and it became clearly marked for millions around the world to follow. I followed, and today I have a Cinderella lifestyle. I live on a 3-acre mini ranch in a beautiful 8,500 square foot home where I awaken each morning to a picture postcard view of the Rocky Mountains as my horse runs majestically against that backdrop. I watch as the sun comes up over those mountains and the sky lights up with shades of pink and then brilliant orange. In the evening, I ride my horse. And sometimes we pause and just watch as the snow-capped mountains turn pink and then the moon softly arises in the sky. In the spring, my front drive becomes a delicate arched arbor of pink blossoms. I have to pinch myself because I live in a vacation spot 365 days a year. I have seen sunrises. Thank you. I have seen sunrises and sunsets in all parts of the world. I've been to the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness, and that was on my bucket list. I have been the sole support of my family for 18 years. As a single mom, I have provided wonderful Christmases without credit card debt, paid cash, braces on my children's teeth, cars for my 3 kids on their 16th birthdays. I helped my oldest daughter buy her first home, college and vocational school for all 3, critical medical care for my grandson, and I was able to pay all of my brother's bills for 1 year when he was severely injured in a fall. I have taken my parents in my motorhome for the last 5 years on 3 to 6 week vacations, and we've traveled around the U.S. We've seen 31 states together. Last year, I took my children, grandson, and my 85-year-old parents on their very first cruise. We went to Alaska. I got my mom and dad this beautiful stateroom with a veranda. We were sitting on the veranda, and we were watching the icebergs calf and fall into the ocean. And my mother turned to me, and with tears in her eyes said, "Honey, I have seen things in the last 5 years that I never dreamed I would see in an entire lifetime, and you have made me feel like a princess." Because of Mary Kay, I am able to create platinum experiences and memories for my parents in their golden years. Thank you, Mary Kay Ash, for your courage to dream so that I could make their dreams come true. Last fall, I went to Moscow, Russia for the 3rd time to speak at their seminar. And if that wasn't amazing enough, I flew my children over to meet me when I was finished. We toured Russia with my Russian NSD girlfriend, Olga, and her husband, Alex. My children saw what Mary Kay had done for their families in Russia. It was the most magnificent experience. And then, just for fun, we stopped off in Paris on the way home. What a life. At my fall retreat, my children and parents spoke, and they shared what Mary Kay has given to them and how it has changed their lives. There was not one dry eye in the entire house. My son, Cassidy, who is 27 and 6'1", stood and cried like a baby as he shared how grateful he is for what he has learned and who he has become from watching who I have become in this business. He wants to save our planet and sustain it for his children and grandchildren, and he's so passionate about what he's doing. He said he learned from me, being in Mary Kay, what passion behind a dream can do. I watched as my oldest daughter, Christina, was literally fighting for her son's life, standing up to doctors and making things happen to get answers when he had grand mal seizures last year. She said she learned how to stand up and be strong and not fall apart in a crisis, all from being raised in a pink home. My youngest daughter, Chelsea, signed 2 years ago with the #1 modeling agency in Dallas, and she's building a successful modeling career. She lost 45 pounds to realize that dream, and she said because of what she learned from watching me set dreams and goals, she knew, and never ever giving up, she knew that she could do it too. My life far exceeds any life that I could have ever even dared to dream. I could have never dreamed this big on my own, but I saw what others accomplished, and if they could have it, so could I. And if I can have it, you can have it too. So my question is a simple question to you. Do you want it? Well, you've heard for the last 24 hours that it came in your starter kit. It is in there. It's only a decision away. Decide to take the hand of those that lead. Lose your baggage. It'll only slow you down. Get out of the parked car and begin the climb, one face at a time. So how did I go from shy recluse to standing at the top of the mountain? Well, 3 things were in my favor, and they're kind of embarrassing, but I'll share. #1, I was dumb. I was too dumb to try to forge my own trail. #2, I was insecure. Insecure people want people to like them, so I did the and then some. Shy. I was so shy, so I booked off of everything I held so that I would not have to meet strangers. The biggest key, and I saved it for last, and I do it in every area of my life still to this day. After each party, I would come home and I'd get out a spiral notebook, and on the top of the page, I would make a huge T. On one side of the T, I listed the things that I did well, and then I made a list of all those things. On the other side of the T, I wrote things I messed up on, and then I listed those mistakes and failures. And then I called my director, and I told her what I did well, and she praised me. And then I told her these are the things that I need help in, and she gave me the information that I needed to correct and grow from my mistakes. My racehorse trainer friend, D. Wayne Lucas, who holds the record for the most Triple Crown wins in history, he once shared with me